So Robbie, we had quite a bit of shit talking before the before Canberra. This is the follow-up interview for the Canberra 3/4 Ironman. How did you go?
Mate, I exceeded all of my expectations. Started off perfect day, swam out easy off the start, and seemed to get pretty comfortable quickly in the swim. The last little 400 metres I knew about it. I was getting pretty tired and I was keen to get out of the water. But out of the water under an hour and into the bike, settled in pretty comfortable on the bike and just locked in 140 as a heart rate cap, stuck to that, and seemed to work well because I had a lot of energy on the run by the time I got off. I think also contributing to that, nutrition was a big factor. I took on about 8 gels, about 1 2/3 energy bars, and about 3 litres of 4-in-1. So I think that, although that was just a little bit shy of what I intended to eat and drink, I think given the conditions, it was perfect. And I just got stronger and stronger on the run. Worked out fabulous, ran 2:13, so total time 6:58. And if I was to pick out one thing that I've learned absolutely from it is bear in mind your heart rate all day long. Stick to your heart rate caps. It's a long day and you've got to get that slow engine going at the aerobic pace, steady pace all day.
Excellent work. Now just put it into perspective, 2:13 for 30 kilometres is less than 4:30 k's. 4 minute 30 k's, so that is storming.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, I was blown away. I did take it out kind of easy. I had a guy that was 6 minutes up on me off the bike, and figured if I ran steady and got myself going, figured out what sort of pace I needed to catch up to him, then I'd work on that. And just as I kept rolling, I just kept sort of rolling a little bit faster as I went. And yeah, came home. I figured I did the last 10k in about 42 minutes. So yeah, very happy with that.
Storming. Now, that what's the 4-in-1 that you used on the bike?
4-in-1. Yeah. Well.
Bit of a product push.
Yeah. It's a high five e-source type of energy drink, which has 4 parts carbohydrate, 1 part protein, and you'll find that protein assists with carbohydrate metabolism while you're exercising, and so by incorporating that 1 part protein, 1 part whey protein into your drink, I think it assists you metabolise the carbohydrate and take on more calories as your body is rolling, when it's not really focusing on metabolising energy, it's more focusing on using it up. So
that's the big thing, isn't it? Metabolising food while you're going hard.
Exactly. Yeah, so works well. And I think that was another thing about the dilute. I'd always sort of thought that I was going to have more bars, like 3 bars and less gels. But I got talked around and a bit of negotiation with the coach, and he shifted me up in gels and down in bars, and I think that worked as well. I think it's easier to take that energy in through your stomach as a dilute source rather than as a solid form. So, but I do think you still need the solid form in there. But yeah, certainly a learning experience. The other thing that I put into practice, it was a hilly course on the bike, or relatively hilly, and there was opportunity there to go too hard, I think, into some of the hills, and I made sure that I didn't go hard. I took it easy up the hills and sort of powered over the top of the hill rather than powering into it and trying to get up it as quick as I could, which would result in, as you know, a heart rate spike, which long term switches your body's fat burning, that steady state, off, and I think has a negative impact on your ability to just keep rolling.
And your results overall, did you beat who you wanted to beat?
Yeah, mate. Beat the main rival, you there, and yeah, despite you running very strong as well, with I think it was 2:19, was it? Is that?
Yep.
Mate, yeah.
You were long gone.
I was surprised you didn't catch me on the bike, to be honest. I always kind of expected you, irrespective of how much time I had on you in the swim, to sort of cruise up to me at some stage on the bike. But
we'll get to my bike league later.
I realised at the start of the third lap that I'd put enough gap into you. There's a roundabout there on that little out and back to the transition, a big roundabout. I figured if I could get back there and get across there before I saw you, then you'd have no idea where I was. And so that was one of my big targets. When I got back and you hadn't come back through, and I thought, gee, I put a bit more time into you on that lap. So I was surprised by that, because every training ride we've done, you've certainly seemed a lot stronger than me on the bike. But yeah, so it all just came together, and I'm not sure if it's an anomaly, whether it's going to happen again, or whether it was just my lucky day. So just trying to repeat what I did in WA, and hopefully over the longer distance I can maintain those speeds, I think. Yeah, I'm confident that I can do that. Certainly feel like I did everything right, and confidence is up. So.
Good work. We'll get some more interviews before and after that race as well.
Sounds good.
Catch it.